All these demonstrators that you've seen out here in recent days, all of these elderly white hippies, they're not part of the city and never have been. And by the way, most of the citizens who live in Washington, D.C. are black. This is not a city that has had any safety for its black citizens for generations. And President Trump is the one who is fixing that with the support of the Metropolitan Police Department, the support of the National Guard, and our federal law enforcement officers. So we're going to ignore these stupid white hippies that all need to go home and take a nap because they're all over 90 years old, and we're going to get back to the business of protecting the American people and the citizens of Washington, D.C.
We had some street interviews today. The media wants you to think that the local residents of D.C. do not like what's going on, but apparently it might be proven otherwise. Let's get right into it.
Here in the heart of Washington, D.C., I'm hitting the streets to talk directly to the people who actually live here, the ones who deal with the city's crime and chaos every single day. Do you feel like President Trump's initiative to send in more police could be helpful for D.C. residents that don't live in safe areas?
Yes, I do. And I'm very appreciative of what Trump is doing. And I think everything that he's doing is helping D.C. as well as America.
At this point in my life, I think I'd rather move to another state.
How come?
Well, I've been shot 4 times, attacked so many times, I'm tired of it.
You were shot 4 times?
Shot 4 times in my life, yeah.
So it was four separate times?
Since I moved to D.C.
Since you moved to D.C., you were shot 4 times?
Yeah.
Shot 4 times since he's moved to D.C.? Absolutely not. I would have moved the first time. Nope. Can't do it.
Residents expressed frustration with wealthy liberals, progressive protesters, and Democrat politicians that continue to say that Washington, D.C. is safe.
They don't have to deal with the crime in the other areas. They have better stores, better protection, police protection. This area right here, around here by Hecker Mall, I wouldn't want my grandchildren to walk around here. They live in this area, not far.
So what's your message to President Trump if he sees this?
I love you and keep up the good work and thank you for all of what you're doing. God bless you.
I just want the police to do what they can for our country, for our city of D.C. So none of us young people don't have to live out the rest of our lives robbing and killing or God knows what, or end up in jail, dead, or drunk, or becoming a drunk at the liquor store or loitering.
The youth in D.C. need more governing. They need more policing, more programs. Put programs back in place.
Y'all keep talking about the youth. Where they going at? They don't got no rec centers. They don't got no playgrounds. They don't got nothing. They don't even got boxing teams no more.
You need a boxing gym in every bad neighborhood for sure, and you need a good rec center. These cities can afford it. They blow money on migrants every day. Millions of dollars goes out of the window to people that aren't even from America. People from China, people from Mexico, people coming from Rwanda, all over the world are receiving the money that should be going to our communities so we could have a rec center in every single neighborhood with a water slide and a basketball court, everything to where these kids have something to do. Sitting on the video game every day obviously can help with cognitive abilities, and they say that it can help a lot of people become better with certain things. They say a lot of brain surgeons play a lot of video games, things like that. But let's keep it real. People need to get back outside. We need to get back into the community, living and enjoying life together without being stuck on the phone, stuck on the internet, stuck on your video game system, stuck on the computer. We need change, and we need to rebuild these communities. Put the money where it needs to go.
I know. Boxing is the answer. I used to be a boxer. I was a 2-time Golden Gloves champion. They don't have a boxing gym here? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying they got them, but it's not.
I boxed for 10 years. It was absolutely imperative to help my life, and I think it would help any youth.
Like it was when we was coming up.
Wait, when they had mentors?
Yeah, they don't have nothing out here for youth, period.
I did recently hear about the woman being thrown in the trash can down the street, like a few months ago, and that was very concerning, especially because her age, she was a little bit older.
I got God. I got Jesus. He's my protector.
Do you think women are safe, single women?
Yes, if they have Jesus, that's all they need. Jesus is the way.
Well, get a lot of people off the streets, yeah, that'd be a good idea. There's a homeless problem, yeah.
We have to be protected. Other countries are protected. Why we can't be protected? You know, and the cities, people has gone crazy. Just let a man take over. Just yeah, let Trump take over.
Okay,
yes.
so you're for federalizing DC because you think that it will help the people here be more safe?
Yes, 100%.
Reporting for Lindell TV in Washington, D.C., I'm Kara Castronova.
I'm walking from Union Station to my job. What's up, y'all? I'm walking to work this morning. I'm downtown walking from Union Station to my job, Department of Justice. And I see something beautiful this morning, y'all. Look behind me. You see the National Guards? It's a black dude. A couple of National Guards trucks. There's another one back there. Both brothers, man. National Guards. Stand up for the country. You know what I mean? In D.C. Love it, man.
So people were making it seem like there's not people of color in the military or the police force. That does relieve some of the tensions. There is a lot of black people. It's probably mostly a black population in DC. So, I mean, let's be real, that does relieve some of the tensions. And it's like, hey, these people are here to help. They're protecting us, keeping us safe. What is there to be upset about? And I can get a cool picture with this tank.
People, the media trying to make you feel like the people in D.C., like they're trying so hard to make it a race thing. Let me tell you something. The Washington, D.C. citizens, they are so excited. This city been invested with crime for so long, man, to be the greatest country in the world. Its capital city to be as bad as it is when it comes to crime. It's awful. I work downtown. I go to CVS to buy like headphones. Everything's locked up because you're allowed to steal. The kids are going nuts. You get on the train, they're acting up. But now you got the National Guards, man. It's a beautiful scene, man. It's a beautiful scene. You got the hummock. Come on, man. But you also have this. It's a big old sign that says F Trump. Right here, Union Station. But you know, these people, man, people like that, F Trump, this and that, they're so oblivious to what's really going on. Like they told you, when Trump get in, he's coming after migrants. They didn't tell you he's coming over the illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. That's what they used to be called back in the days. People that are in this country illegally, that came in through Joe Biden's administration. Bringing them in so that they can be they're part of their new voting bloc. So right now, what he's doing, going around the world, making peace. Just got through talking to the Russian president, stop the war in the Ukraine. 3 days later, got all the European leaders at some kind of summit to discuss peace. But they told you Trump is a warmonger when he get in, Project 25. He's coming after black people next. And the problem is, you're so media driven. You're so affixed to the Democratic Party.
And gullible and believe anything. You should not believe the legacy media. They tell the truth like 25% of the time. They twist things to fit their narrative 100% of the time.
The lies they've been telling you for the past 20 years, you just believe it. So right now, everybody's quiet. They don't know what to do because everything they predicted, he didn't do. His last presidency, he didn't do what he said he did. Good morning, man. Thank you for your service. See that? That's a sister. You know, for this country to be so racist, all the National Guard that I've seen so far is 2 black guys and a black girl.
There it is. There it is.
It's amazing. Man, I love it, man.
Vice President.
Now, before we get into Stephen Miller telling the truth about how the liberals always take things out of context and make things seem like they're far worse than they are, let's get some opinions down in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think about what's happening in DC. Do any of you live there? Do you have any people that live there? What do you feel about what President Trump is doing in DC? Now let's get into Stephen Miller.
Thank you. And first of all, thank you to the Vice President for bringing us here today. Thank you, Secretary, for your leadership. And most importantly, thank you to the men and women of the National Guard. I think here's the most important point. There are residents who lived in Washington, D.C. their entire lives. Their parents lived here, their grandparents lived here, and they have lived for generations in intolerable conditions of crime and decay. There are parts of the city, I moved to the city 20 years ago. There are places where I've seen graffiti that has been untouched for 2 decades. There are homeless encampments that have made it impossible for families to use public parks and public recreation for as long as I've lived here. There are hundreds of residents of this city who are shot in street violence every single year, making it one of the most violent cities on planet Earth. And for too long, 99% of this city has been terrorized by 1% of the city. And the voices that you hear out there, those crazy communists, they have no roots, they have no connections to the city, they have no families they are raising in this city, they have no one that they are sending to school in this city, they have no jobs in this city, they have no connections to this community at all. But they're the ones who've been advocating for the 1%, the criminals, the killers, the rapists, the drug dealers. And I'm glad they're here today. Because me, Pete, and the Vice President are all going to leave here, and inspired by them, we're going to add thousands more resources to this city to get the criminals and the gang members out of here. We're going to dismantle those networks, and we're going to prove that a city can serve for the law-abiding citizens who live there. We are not going to let the communists destroy a great American city, let alone the nation's capital. And let's just also address one other thing. All these demonstrators that you've seen out here in recent days, all of these elderly white hippies, they're not part of the city and never have been. And by the way, most of the citizens who live in Washington, D.C. are black. This is not a city that has had any safety for its black citizens for generations. And President Trump is the one who is fixing that with the support of the Metropolitan Police Department, the support of the National Guard, and our federal law enforcement officers. So we're going to ignore these stupid white hippies that all need to go home and take a nap because they're all over 90 years old, and we're going to get back to the business of protecting the American people and the citizens of Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Stephen.
Let that boy cook. Stephen Miller is a beast, man. I wouldn't see him not having a job in the future. I see him always being one of the best people to ever do it. And we'll see. He might be the Speaker of the House during the next presidency. He might even run for president, but he's damn good at what he does. Shout out to Stephen Miller. Now, he was on point with everything that he said. These hippies that are getting paid to go protest that have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And let's not forget that a lot of these people are baby boomers and had things on Easy Street and still didn't become successful. And maybe that's some of the reason that they're needing to take this cash to go protest things to mess up generations far beyond their lives. But hey, at the end of the day, the residents of DC seem to really like what's going on. People can walk around the streets safely. I'm sure the only people that don't like it are the thugs and criminals. But let's keep it real. They don't count. Their opinion does not matter. All they are doing is making life harder and worse for everybody in DC. So shout out to all the residents there that can get to work safely now. They can get their kids to school safely. But the thing is, this is only going to be for 30 days. So are we going to see a complete 180 after the 30 days is up? Maybe. But we'll have to see what happens. This is going to be a trial run. Hopefully, it'll prove that we can get things cleaned up, but will we have to be in a permanent police state in order for things to stay that way? You guys drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. You're watching the Unexplained Outlook, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.